that. Thanks for enjoying the morning. Beautiful. Lovely shape of another marula tree in the foreground there. Look at that. I know I do this often enough, but it's still fun for me. Look at something like that, and don't get me wrong, for me that is incredibly beautiful. Don't need anything more than that to make my day a very happy one. But always just because it's good to keep the imagination alive. One of my favorite quotes is Picasso that said, if you can imagine it, it is real. So imagine a leopard walking on that branch. Actually, since we're playing with imagination, actually imagine, let's say, a mother leopard lying on the top branch, that horizontal one, and the two youngsters maybe playing on the lower branch and her looking at them. But even without a leopard on the branch, that is still a stunning view. Let's look at that shape. Also, you can see we're in the dead of winter now, getting towards the end of winter, but things are very, very open around us. Very few trees have got leaves left. These amazing shapes every morning. In fact, I'm trying to get another one. Let's see. One of the higher points here, sort of a ridge between the Mulwati riverbed and the one that's further, so if you go more towards Arathusa side. It is a high point. You get quite a bit of a view sort of through the trees. Actually, let's go back a little bit. I like that view. Amazing how your perspective can change just with small movements. See the geometry of us, the sun, and whatever's between us and there. Something I always enjoyed to think about. Let's see how that looks. Absolutely gorgeous, glorious colors. Early morning, you can see the tree a little bit sort of further towards the sun. I said just now that there's very few trees with leaves left on it. That looks like a torchwood. That's one of the few trees, that and the jackalberries really, that retain most of the leaves throughout the year. Obviously they're much lusher in summertime. Also, as always, notice how relatively quickly that sun's moving. Or how quickly we're spinning as the globe of the earth. Incredible what knowledge can do. It's quite amazing what has brought us as a species, maybe. In many ways good things, in some ways maybe not such good things, especially from looking at the planet for the other species on here. But at the same time we understand our environment so much better now than people did 50 or 100 years ago. Obviously that's not any individual or any generation's achievement. That's something that has come the same as evolution and the same as sort of even things like culture or just our basic social structures over a long time. Think of it, not that long ago, some generations people still believe the earth was flat. But at the end of it, the ocean ran off a big drop, and if you went there, you could be lost forever. The sun was the center of the universe. Another point, which we'll talk about more maybe at some other time, but if the universe is infinite, essentially the center of the universe is anywhere. So you could be the center of the universe. But it's just an interesting thing what knowledge brings us, in terms of knowing things about our environment, about whatever. Sort of the collective ability to retain that knowledge and pass it on has been of huge value to us as a species. And maybe it means that we can appreciate things like a sunrise a little bit more. It's also brought us to a stage where we can spend parts of our lives or parts of our time appreciating things like beauty and joy and happiness. That alone is worth quite a bit. That sun's still just winking at us through the trees. Konzo for one and low, heading from Little Garisan towards Trias Dam. Like that.
West, yes, go, beautiful cascade, crossing to the south, just to the west of Gao Patna.